We've got a story of people's heads being hit with lockers, a story of how bullies got locked in jail, and then how later on in life, karma finally hit them, they turned bold, splodgy, and the person that was being bullied finally won. I do like the cat though. Hi guys, this is Matt from MG Vlogs, and in today's video I am a guest in my friend Alex's office. This is Alex, and we're going to be talking about two different stories. They both involve bullying, and one of them is from my point of view, and that's a foreigner going to an English school. I'm from Poland, that's where I was born, but when I was 10 I moved to an English school and I got bullied because I couldn't speak English and I was fat. And then from Alex's point of view, was a posh twat and he moved to a state school. And we're going to discuss how we both kind of dealt with it and are, hopefully, no longer being bullied. Enjoy, guys. I think you should go first. If I go first, it's kind of like, look at me. So Alex, give me a bit of a background of what happened. So you got bullied. What were the reasons?
I moved from a very posh and eccentric boarding school in Kent to a state school also in Kent. However, where I was raised, I grew up in a pub. So my parents ran a pub, but I was also sent to this very posh boarding school. My social circle was school and pub, so I never really got much of the outside world of Kent. I went to a school called St. Ronan's. Our school day started at, I think it was at 8 in the morning and finished at 7:30 in the evening, which included 2 hours of PE every day, 2 sessions of chapel every day, independent reading for an hour, Latin, choir as well. It was, and doing prep.
So you went from that to throwing soggy toast in the canteen.
It was a shock because I didn't realise how much I really liked learning until I went to a school which didn't do much learning.
What happened on your first day?
I learnt French at an accelerated rate to other schools. So at the boarding school we were learning almost GCSE level French at age 10. So when I went to my first day at Anglia school, I remember sitting down in the French class, like, now class, we're going to learn some French. Who knows some French? And I was like, bonjour, you all with me on this one? Just look across the room for the people going, you fucking prick.
So that's how it started?
I outed myself on day one as being intelligent, which is the worst thing you can possibly be in the education system. It was the late 90s, so everyone's wearing Burberry with their hats at those impossible angles, and they're not respecting the uniform code.
How did you actually get bullied?
It started very soon. I just wasn't popular. I was the only person from St. Ronan's to go to Anglia school. I didn't know anyone, apart from my sister who was the year above me, and she'd already kind of fit in, like, don't out me as being related. You don't know me!
It's adopted.
I knew no one, and of course a lot of the other schools were primary schools in the nearby area, so all of them have come up together, they've known each other, they've come to the school as a group of friends, they're all set. Like, the cliques have been established. And yeah, I outed myself very quickly, so I just didn't have friends at the time. So that the bullying wasn't so much there, as I wouldn't call it bullying. I just was like, nope, stay away from that guy. He's smart. He knows words. We don't like words. The first instance of bullying I ever got was ink being thrown in my eye from a pen.
On purpose. Was it made out to be accidental?
Whoops! Did I do that? A guy went past me in the corridor, flicked ink in my eye and called me a cunt. A lot of people would have been like, well, that's me done, let's just shut up now. But I just kept going with knowledge, because I really enjoyed school.
Key point takeaway from here is not to be discouraged by bullies.
No.
Do whatever you want to do, you know?
No, I knew very quickly that this was a window. I'm going to be here from when I'm 11, 16 or 18 if I stay for 6. I knew that was the window, get through it. I fucking loved school. When I finally made my group of outcasty friends, like, I'm pretty sure the in-betweeners were based on me and my friends, because I found that group of people who just didn't fit in. My best friend at school, Joe Turpin, was pasty white dude with glasses, absolute nerd, but he fucking loved hip-hop. Big thing in the late 90s and early 2000s was whoever had the puffiest jacket was like king.
The guy.
The scrawny little dude who was like, what's up?
Was there anyone else in your school that got bullied a lot worse, and why?
I think everyone has their own who was bullied worse and what was what. It never stopped for me. Like, some people went through phases of it. Like, if there was beef in the circles, there'd be a victim of the beef. But for me, it was constantly all the way through. Yeah, I was so low in the pecking order that people in the IT club picked on me. The bullying got more and more bad the more sarcastic I got and the braver I got.
So you were kind of putting fuel in the fire.
It's not that I was putting fuel in the fire. I never backed down. Even when I really should have done. If someone picked on me with words, I had bigger words. That was my weapon. Those were my fists. If someone came out with words, I was better at that.
Did anyone actually ever come up to you with fists?
Yes, because they would do it after I'd bamboozled them with the words.
Yeah.
I was like, I win that round, dickhead. And then they'd find me after lunch. I didn't submit. I didn't say to them, okay.
I'm guessing you're glad about that.
Yeah, of course I am. I never said to anyone, I'm glad you did this to me because I've learnt my lesson now. I'm just going to stop being me.
Things like that transfer into later on in life, because then you can use the skill of not backing down or standing up to people.
It made me a better comedian now.
Did it?
I will always win with words. The bullying, every year, got worse. It was fist, 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 and then it was kicking, and then it was 4 or 5 people just... And it came to a crux when going into a history lesson. So me and my friend Matt, we're having a dead arm contest because we're idiots. Yeah, some of the sort of more macho bullies were just like,
come around like, fuck.
I'll have a game with you. And I was like, no, that's alright, it's just me and Matt playing. And they just started hitting me. We had these alcoves where lockers were. Just enough space for a couple of people in them.
I've got an image of your head between a locker with some guy just smashing it.
No, my front was against a row of lockers. One of the more boisterous gentlemen had his back to my back, and he braced himself against the other wall and started crushing me.
Right.
And that smashed some of my ribs. So they left me in the corridor, and Joe Turpin with his big puffer jacket was the only person who
put the jacket over you and stroked your head.
Just cracked my neck.
Did you ever feel like there was a need for you to tell someone?
When the rib thing happened, my mum was like, this isn't boys being boys. We had a teacher, my mum went into the school, she was like guns blazing, she was like, what the fuck's happening to my kid? The teacher was just like, look, it's just boys being boys, they're horsing around. Like, this isn't fucking horsing around, my kid's in hospital. Like, all the other boys in the group, they got cuffed. And I was like, slap on the wrist kind of stuff. But for him, I think they wanted to make an example of him because he was like my main aggressor throughout school. If he needed to hit someone, it was going to be me. School wanted to make an example of him because he'd done it to other people. He was always fighting. The mum is the nicest woman in the world, so she was like, I'm sorry, my kid's a dick. And the police were like, we're not going to give this fucking kid a criminal record. But no one wanted him to have a criminal record. That just guarantees he can continue on his way of life.
Yeah.
What they wanted to do was scare him. The mum agreed to this. My mum agreed to this as well. They put him in the back of a police car. Right. They cuffed him, back for the police car, took him away from his mum, and driven to Ashford Ashford Police Station, which is like Ashford's like, oh my god, they're taking it to Ashford, which is the Kent's version of like Detroit. His mum's following a car behind. Like, he doesn't realise his mum's in on this. They take him through the process. They print him photos. They put him in a cell and they leave him there for a bit just to like let him know
he's damn bad.
Yeah, like they want him to
like in a corner.
Like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit, I fucked up. I don't know how long they left him there for.
He's been in there for 25 years.
Someone should let him out. They weren't nice to him about it. It's not like, hey, you've been wrong, this is what's in front of you if you carry on this path. Like, they treated him like he was on that path. You fucked up now.
I've got 2 questions. After summer holidays, did he ever speak to you again? And the second one is, do you know what he does now?
I do. I know the answer to both those questions. We came back into year 11, so that was the end of year 10 where that happened. So we come back into year 11. There's no Facebook, there's no MySpace or anything, so you don't really get the sense of what everyone else is doing. So I didn't know if he went on his summer holidays and he was like sharpening a knife, like the entire fucking summer holidays, like, oh, you gonna fucking do that to me? And then we went in, and it was like nothing had ever happened from day 1 in year 7 when I went, bonjour. Everyone had just forgotten that. It was like, Alex is now off limits because he's a snitch. I don't blame the dude or anything. We're just fucking kids.
Well, bullying is always a reflection of yourself.
Yeah, which is why I don't hold it against the guy. Like, I never blamed anyone.
It's like, hey, you're ugly because I feel insecure about myself.
Yeah, that's a lot of the groups that picked on me. I see them now, and they're just not the same people.
What happened to the jailed guy?
The jailed guy, he came back to school. Nothing. Just didn't speak. We never really addressed each other ever again.
What does he do now?
He's still in that town. I believe he's got kids now. I think he's a builder. Something. It just progressed normally through life.
There's 2 things to take away. The first one is, if you are being bullied, keep doing your
thing, do not back down.
And the second one is,
do judo.
Karma's gonna get that bitch.
Yeah.
Right, thank you for watching, guys. That was Alex's story of how he got bullied and kind of got over it. In part 2, we're going to talk about my story, so keep tuned in for that, and thank you for watching. It's been Matt and Alex from
Alex Watts Blog. Subscribe. Links in the description.
Hello, Class 17H. Welcome back to your new school year. Now, in your first French lesson, can any of you guys tell me if you already know any French words?
Bonjour. Right?
Oh, fucking con.